Hello and welcome to The Healing Way. My name is Richard Clark, and on this video I'll be talking about carbon, or more accurately carbon dioxide, the gas. This is a study of it. It's a work video, a work type exercise to try and understand things better and to go deeper into them. Now then, this is a study of carbon dioxide. I'm going to bring together everything I've seen, I've perceived, and try to make more sense of it. It's puzzled me over the years that when I've done healing, I've perceived what I've thought of as a dark energy in people that relates to the illness that they've got. So with people with asthma, there's a dark energy in the upper back. With people who suffer with migraine, there is a dark energy in their necks. People with irritable bowel syndrome have dark energy in their stomachs. People with arthritis, certain kinds of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis and mainstream arthritis, one that isn't one way or the other. Not osteo is something different. But with maybe 9 out of 10 people with arthritis, there is this dark energy in the area where the arthritis is. And with cancer, cancer is the same dark energy but in a more highly active state all through their bodies, all through the bodies. It just shines. Usually it's heavily contaminated with an insect energy, maybe insect bites or some other way of contaminating us. Some sort of insect energy has got in. So it's puzzled me. I've always seen this dark energy, and like as I've said on previous videos, with arthritis and asthma, with arthritis and cancer, it's virtually the same thing, except with cancer it's like it's active, and with arthritis it's almost dormant. It's a very inactive state, inert state. Now then, what I need to say now is that this dark energy is not an energy. It's a very strange material. It's not living, it's not energy, it's not part of the body. And for a long time I've puzzled over this, and I've been looking, it seems to me it is carbon. I've finally come to this point where I think this dark material or substance is carbon, or more accurately carbon dioxide, the gas. Now, reading on Wiki says that our bodies, we are, as they used to say in the old Star Trek movies and TV series, we are carbon-based life forms. And that seems to be true. Old to say, I'm not a scientist, so I cannot endorse these views. All I can do is say that I've read them on the internet and they seem correct. Or enough people are agreeing with them, let's put it that way. So we are carbon-based life, and carbon dioxide, it doesn't exist on its own in our bodies. We don't have it carbon on its own. It is something that combines. It is a huge combiner with other chemicals, other actions, other reactions, and it combines and produces all kinds of actions in our bodies. And it always seems to work with something else. That's one thing. As I say, it's not an energy. It doesn't act like an energy, and my healing method, healing with energy step 1, doesn't touch it. It was a huge disappointment to me when people have come to me with cancer and I've used healing with energy step 1 on them, which works fine on other things such as migraines and asthmas and arthritis. It works fine on those kinds of things. but it does not touch cancer. It does not touch the underlying problem, which I think is carbon dioxide, which, bear in mind, has this amazing ability to combine. It combines with all other elements. Okay, let's look at it closer. There's two aspects to this. What's going on? Why is it cancer in one part of the body, arthritis in another part of the body, asthma in another part of the body, migraine something else? What is it combining with to produce these effects? Also, why is the body storing, or more accurately hoarding, carbon dioxide, this gas? What is it doing? Why is it doing this? Now, the gas seems to be in a borderline state between being alive and not alive. It acts as an intermediary between the two, so that energy and matter have this, it's a common link. It almost seems like carbon dioxide can relate to energy and it relates to matter, so that energy can control matter through carbon dioxide and matter can respond to energy through carbon dioxide. That, I think, is the link. I did a blog recently trying to drill down to this. Can energy directly harm us? Can it directly harm us? It indirectly harms us by reprogramming our DNA, by damaging our immune systems, by all kinds of things indirectly. But the question in my mind was, with something like multiple sclerosis, where there is damage to the myelin sheaths, could energy damage the myelin directly? I don't think it can. There has to be an intermediary. There has to be a medium it works through. And I think the medium is carbon dioxide, the gas. Okay, so which question do you want to look at first? Do you want to see why it combines with different things to cause different illnesses? Like I said, it's cancer in one place, migraine in another. Or do you want to look at why the body is storing this gas? I think the first one first. Okay. It seems to me the carbon dioxide is being contaminated. It's, as I've said, and as I've read, it's a great combiner. It combines with all kinds of, just about anything it will combine with. So I think it's combining with different materials that cause these effects. A lot of the things it combines with comes out of car exhausts, burnt or unburnt hydrocarbons. This is a huge problem because, again, it's carbon, and this is high energy carbon. It has tremendous energy, and that gives it the energy to cause harm. Carbon dioxide on its own doesn't cause harm, I don't think. We breathe it out all the time. And I was reading that insects have receptors to detect carbon dioxide. When we breathe out, an insect can detect it, the carbon dioxide, and that's where it knows the food is, or the prey is, or whatever it is it's looking for. It's one of the ways it can detect. I think there's more to it than that. I think there's a lot more to it than that. I think, as I've said earlier and elsewhere on other videos, insects detect mammals by the spreading of a beacon, an insect material, that it spreads out through warm-blooded mammals, animals and humans. So I haven't really looked at this very closely, but I think this detection of CO2, carbon dioxide in people is very important, that insects do this. Right, so we have a combination. We have the carbon dioxide combining with different pollutants to give rise to different conditions. Now, these pollutants could come directly from a car exhaust, or they could come from insect bites, or they could come from toxic bacteria, which again are bred in polluted ground, or heavy metals. I mean, we're great at polluting the planet. We can do it amazingly well. And toxic metal is a huge problem, especially when it gets into the body. Right, so the carbon dioxide is there, localised. The body has put it there. It's not a reaction to these pollutants. The carbon dioxide is already there. The body puts it there. And this gas, it's hard to know how to describe it. It's more than a gas, or it's less than a gas. Gas isn't an adequate word. There aren't the adequate words to describe this material. It's totally inert. It's in its natural state, uncombined. It's useless to the body. Now, when I saw that we were hoarding it, not storing it's a different concept, but hoarding it is a deliberate act. Well, storing it is, but it's hoarding is almost saving it for something. Right, now we do this. We change the atmosphere of, if we're storing food, such as grain particularly, and fruit, we change the atmosphere of the storage area. We seal it, take out the oxygen and put in carbon dioxide, because this scares off all the insects. Insects can't live in carbon dioxide. And nitrogen, I think, is another one. So we do this as a preservative and to protect food. So it's a protective device. Now it seems to me the body's doing the same. It's storing carbon dioxide in parts of its body, part of the body, which is being attacked by specifically insect material. Maybe it's the insect material from bites or from some other form of contamination. I believe, I've been looking at this for some time, and I believe that we are under huge attack from insects. And it's quite interesting really. You could almost say it's serendipity, because we have been attacking in the insect world for decades. I mean, pesticides, insecticides, all kinds of things. We just spray everywhere and we kill off the insect world. We are at war with the insect world. And it's just sort of happened. Nobody stopped to think about it. I mean, you know, insects, okay, there they are, kill them. Squish them, exterminate them. We really are at war with the insect world. And what's happening is, I don't think insects are at war with us, but we're wiping out where they live. So they are now looking to us to live, to put their material in us, whatever it is, their energies, their eggs, their biological material, they put it into us. Excuse me. Not used to talking. So a lot of insect material is coming into us, and to protect itself, the body fills up the area that the insect material is attacking with carbon dioxide gas to protect itself. That's how it looks. It's a protective measure, which stops the first problem, but it opens the doors to the next problem, which is the gas combines, which is very good at combining, with other materials that then give rise to migraines, asthmas, rheumatoid arthritis, other forms of arthritis, cancer. It goes on and on. So this, I think, is the problem with carbon dioxide. This, I think, is the, how do you say, the link. I did these, it's a material that both energy and matter can work through. This is its property. It's a fascinating substance. It really is. The more you look at it, the more it doesn't make any kind of sense whatsoever. And to have life based on something which is intrinsically lifelessness, which is inert, useless, is a real enigma. It's really interesting. So that, I think, is the... I think there's more to it. There's something deeper going on. There always is. But that's as far as I've got at the moment with that. Now then, what comes next? Well, how to deal with this. Most of the conditions except cancer are, in my view, the gas, carbon dioxide, has mixed, combined with environmental pollution in one way or another. There's an insect material energy presence in the body which has caused the carbon dioxide to accumulate, but for some reason it's neutralised. It's neutralised that insect presence, except with cancer. That's different. When the insect material combining with the gas, with carbon dioxide, it gives it a medium it can work through. That is the problem. That's how it grows the tumours. The insect material has got an innate nature, has got its own way of life, of living. It's got its own purpose that it has to fulfill. It's a genetic thing. It's bred into it, part of its structure. And when it's in the body, it cannot do it directly. It needs a medium, and the body supplies the medium in terms of carbon dioxide gas. Now, it's strange because there's an insect material in the body that the body reacts to and neutralises with carbon dioxide gas. Then another insect material comes along which can use this gas, use the carbon dioxide. It's a very strange situation. It works in one case, it neutralises it, but in the second case it doesn't. It's actually a collaborator in what the material wants to do, the insect material wants to do. And what the material wants to do is build hives. Hives where insects live, nests. These are the lumps, I think. These are the lumps. This is this is how it works. The great virtue of the carbon dioxide is it can combine with anything. And it's that ability to combine and the ability for the insect material to control it, control the carbon dioxide, which means it can control what the carbon dioxide does when it combines, which means it can then start lumping together material to build nests. And these nests are what we call tumours. That, I think, is it. That, I think, is it. Okay, so what do we do? Well, I'm looking at two ways to deal with this. I cannot get the carbon dioxide out. There's nothing I know of will touch it. It cannot be drawn out. It's there for a reason. The body resists its extraction. Usually with the body, there's that which can't be touched, which is of the body. It can't be drawn out, can't be affected, can't be connected to, not from outside. Or there's the invader from outside, the pollution, the insect bite, the toxic bacteria, whatever it is, and that, being the world, physical, can be extracted. Carbon dioxide, which is why it's puzzled me, is different. It's not of the body, but it is not of the world. I cannot connect to it to draw it out, to extract it. So obviously it stays, from my point of view anyway. Maybe science can look at it in a different way and find a way of extracting this carbon dioxide, but I'll be very much against that, because it's probably there for a very good reason. Programmable gas. Fascinating. Really is. Okay, so I've got two approaches. One is to use lead, and this will be healing with energy step 4, using metals when I get to it, and that's very interesting as well. Everything's interesting. When you get into healing, it's just wow, you just sit there all day going wow, wow, amazing, this is brilliant. Who'd have thought that? It just goes on and on. But the use of metals, especially lead, I think I've worked out gold is for fungus, use gold for fungi, silver for bacteria, and lead for, although it could be used for cancer, and I've yet to check that one, I've yet to test that one. It's really used for unnatural vibrations. This material, you've got this sludge, it's like a sludge, which is like all this cancerous energy, and all this material has come together into this huge sludge, and it's got tremendous power and energy. I've worked on cancer a lot, and I've had absolutely no success at all. I've just virtually bounced off. And because of that, I've always thought in terms of power. You need more power than it's got to overwhelm it, overcome it. But now I'm thinking differently. I'm thinking that the power of lead will dampen down unnatural vibrations in a person. All this cancerous energy, for want of a better way of putting it, gives rise to unnatural vibrations. Now, unnatural vibrations are anything in the body that shouldn't be there. A vibration that should not be there, that is harming the body. Could be from anywhere, these unnatural vibrations. Now, the power of the lead, unnatural vibrations could be seen as a change in gravity. There is a change in the way gravity is working in a certain area of the body. Physicists are probably screaming at the video by now, screaming that can't happen, but that's my perception. And what lead does is it smooths out these changes of gravity, these places in the body where gravity is high or low than it should be, and lead smooths it all out. The use of lead, I use lead with oil and batteries. I've still got to post this video because I'm still looking at not just lead but metals in general. Healing with energy step 4, and I'm not just doing that, I'm looking at, I'll be posting a supplemental video for healing with energy step 3, which is oils, which again is very interesting stuff. And the idea is to use lead to dampen the unnatural vibrations that come out of this cancerous energy, or any unnatural vibration that's in the body. And with the cancer, you cut the link. You cut the link. You can't stop it. You can't get rid of it, but you can stop the damage it does. That, I think, is possible. And the other thing I'm looking at is to combine the lead with activated charcoal, which is what apparently you can take if you've been poisoned. The activated charcoal soaks up the poison in the body. It doesn't, it's not, how do you say, it's not, the body doesn't digest it, it just passes it out. So it soaks up poison and passes it out. Now I think this can be worked with this energy. This activated charcoal, and this has just come to me because I was going to say I'll use it in a different way. But I can see now, I mean this is why I do these videos, because quite often it comes out in the flow. The activated charcoal will soak up the energy of the cancer. That I think is the way to do it. So I'll be combining, I think, I'm not quite sure where to do this one, whether to do it step 4 or use it somewhere else. That's something we'll have to look at. Obviously if it works, it'll probably have its own video. If something can help people with cancer, then yeah, I think that deserves its own video. Okay, so the study of carbon, that's it. I think I've got everything out. I still feel I've got right down with the carbon dioxide gas, but there's something else there I haven't quite got. But I feel I'm getting there. Right. If you've got this far, well done. Thank you very much. I hope you'll forgive me for doing these videos like this. It's the only way I can do it, is to get it out. And quite often, I don't know what's going to come out until I'm actually getting it out. I sit here, I've got no notes, I just talk. And once it's all out, it makes sense, hopefully, and that leads on to the next step. Okay, thank you very much for watching this, and I'll be posting some more videos soon. I'm getting to the point where I want to put more on. I've had a little bit of a break while I've been pondering and studying and using it on people, but now I want to push on and get further on with stuff. Okay, thank you very much for watching this. I'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.